Welcome back, everybody, to another installment of Fullback Friday here on the MillerFootball channel, your weekly dose of fullback content you won't find anywhere else. It's not apparent. I'm a little bit under the weather. I don't know if it's showing in my voice at all. It is in my head. Maybe it's not getting picked up on my mic. But regardless, show must go on. So I decided rather than trying to torture myself with a usual upload, I'm just going to keep it brief. No real intro outside of me explaining the context of the video. Not going to do a whole lot of editing on this one. We're just going to talk about Reggie Gilliam. I've got 5 plays from the wild card round. He made an impact in the Bills' major win over the Broncos. Obviously, the Bills have been using him more and more over the past 6 or 7 weeks, getting double-digit snaps offensively pretty consistently. So it's great to see that the Bills are up in his usage. Gilliam is a great football player. Love Reggie Gilliam on this channel, someone I need to talk about more often. But unfortunately, when you have Pat Ricard having the year he's been having, and a story like Scott Matlock and, college fullbacks like Brock Lampy really showing up, sometimes guys that you like fall to the wayside. There's the strain of my voice. I hear it coming out strong there. So without further ado, let's go ahead and dive into it. We got Gilliam lined up as a traditional fullback out of the eye here. Pretty simple stuff on paper. He's going to be asked to kick out an edge rusher. Does a great job of doing so. James Cook gets upfield, and then this is the play where the line carries James Cook for an extra 10 yards or so. Very, very fun play. Went viral on Twitter after the game. But regardless, taking a look at Gilliam here specifically, like I said, his job is pretty simple. You kick out the edge rusher, and then James Cook heads up the middle. But things go not quite according to plan. Gilliam's ready to square him up. The edge rusher is going to try to slip him. You see there, he's getting underneath, bending a little bit, knee to the ground, trying to slip underneath the block. So Gilliam's going to do a great job of saying, nope, you're coming with me, spinning him around, and then driving him away from the play. And then, of course, Gilliam, once the pile starts, he's going to get himself up there, and he's going to be the first guy to help James Cook up off the ground. Great fullback stuff there. Very, very good play. Great job adjusting on the fly to a less than ideal angle from the edge rusher, one that is definitely going to trip up a lot of blockers. Just a very, very good play from Reggie Gilliam there to start us off. Next up here, we've got a special teams play, because what is a Reggie Gilliam breakdown if you're not talking about his impact on special teams? This dude is a demon. Got him lined up right here up on the line as a blocker. Not gonna lie, this isn't like the most crazy, most important block you'll ever see or anything like that. I had to get a special teams rep in there, and this is more of a showcase of Gilliam's tenacity, right? That's the best way I can put it, because he's going to make someone regret ever stepping onto this field. So you see, once Ty Johnson gets the ball deep, him and Cole Bishop are going to absolutely bury this Bronco. And, Ty Johnson, credit to him, big return. Love Ty Johnson. Big fan of his game as well. But Gilliam, it's pretty self-explanatory. You see the two of them trying to create a lane for Johnson to come through. And in the process, Gilliam just wants it more than anybody on this play. He wants to make that Bronco, again, regret ever stepping on the field. And I feel like him and Cole Bishop alike do a very, very good job of that. Great stuff there. Oh my God, it just occurred to me. That's Michael Burton. Holy shit, we got some fullback on fullback violence, folks. Look at that. Oh, I didn't even register that at first. I've probably watched this clip about 15 times. That is Michael Burton. That is Denver's fullback right there. Hard to mistake him, number 20. Oh, that makes this play a little bit more fun now. Not just is it Gilliam pancaking a defender on a block on a special teams play, but again, it's also fullback on fullback violence. You don't get to see that very often. So this is a fun one for sure. Gilliam wins the matchup, won the game on the day, was more impactful for his team on the day. Just a pure dominance from a fullback perspective, honestly. This is like if we were to frame this game as some sort of fullback contest, I would definitely say that Reggie Gilliam came out on top in this one. All right, next play, we've got Gilliam lined up in the eye right there in front of James Cook. This is going to be a really nice block on a run that's going to get the Bills inside the 10-yard line. See, he kicks out the linebacker, stuns him at the point of contact, And then James Cook is able to run through that hole, get himself upfield. And of course, Gilliam is the first guy there, or one of the first guys there to help him up. So, taking a closer look at the play, pretty simple. Gilliam has to pick up the edge rusher, or pick up the linebacker here, seal off the edge, and then James Cook wants to follow on through the hole that'll be made between Gilliam and Spencer Brown. And that is exactly what's going to happen. Gilliam hits the inside shoulder of the linebacker, Sternad. I've never been able to figure out how to say this guy's name. I know who he is. It's just a name I'm not used to, with all due respect. But either way, Gilliam hits the shoulder, spins him out, pops him at that point of contact. And then from there, he does a good job running ahead of the linebacker and kind of like keeping his arm off, walling him off, just in case. You know, you want to play through the whistle as much as you can. You never know. Maybe that linebacker is going to try to get upfield and make a play from behind. Gilliam leaves no room for that to be a possibility. Good block, fundamental block, a lot of pop at the point of attack. Watch that one more time. Boom! Just pops him, stands him straight up, and then, you know, kind of does the walling him off there at the end. Over there to help up James Cook. Just textbook stuff right there from 41. All right, next up here, we're in the fourth quarter at this point. Game's over. We're just trying to run out some clock. Got Gilliam a little bit offset to the left here out of the eye, blocking for Ty Johnson this time. And you see he's going to pick up a corner, put him in the dirt, and open up Ty Johnson to about get to the first down marker. Let's watch that one more time. I can't remember if he actually picks up the first down or not. He's about a yard short, but that's right. This play ends up setting up a 3rd and 1. So, you know, setting up a 3rd and short, Gilliam does what he needs to. Taking a look at it from Gilliam's perspective, just pick up the first guy you see. Ends up being 21 here. That's an easy block. Gilliam can take care of a DB. Get your hands on him, and then just drive. Keep your legs moving. Pin him on the ground. Drop him to his knees. And then again, he's over there to celebrate with his boy. Another very just fullback-y fullback play. Nothing too much to explain with this one. Just leading the way out of the eye. Leading the way on a toss play. Hitting the first guy he sees. Just perfectly executed on his part. And like I said, sets up a very, very manageable 3rd and short after the fact. And then finally, this play. The game's over. This is the last play before the 2-minute warning. The Bills want to convert so they can knee the clock out. We've got Mitch Trubisky and my boy at quarterback. But Gilliam's going to be lined up as a tight end over here on the right side. And this play I'm not showing because it's like some dominant block or anything. He does his job, but it's also pretty funny. And you'll see why here in a sec. So they snap this ball, counter. Gilliam does his job and get in front of 21. But look, the ball's still going. And Gilliam like boxes out. He's like a center on defense, and then he's over there helping up the extra lineman. But this just cracks me up, right? So he gets his spacing. He does his job. Gets up to 21. And he ends up driving 21 away from the traffic. Turns around, sees that Ty Johnson's still going. And just says, oh, fuck, no. And ends up boxing out. I mean, this is like some Victor Wembanyama shit right here, man. Just totally boxing out the DB. It just cracks me up. Like, in a moment's notice, he's thinking to himself, well, I can't get a block in the back. Can't do something stupid. I'm just going to box him out. And I think that's really, really funny. Again, not huge in the grand scheme. Well, I guess it is pretty big because it's a block that was set on the play that got the Bills over the hump going towards the 2-minute warning so they could run the clock out. Not that it really mattered, because they had like a 30-point lead or whatever at this point. But either way, every fullback block matters in my eyes. I'm just trying to play devil's advocate for those who question the importance of a fullback coming in garbage time or whatever. But nonetheless, I mean, I got to be honest. I haven't seen many fullbacks straight up box out a DB as a block. So shout out to Reggie Gilliam for that one. That's a new one. And I've gotten a lot of enjoyment out of it. I'm not laughing right now because I've seen it so many times, but I will say the first time I saw this watching this game, I had myself a good chuckle. So good job, good awareness, good creativity. You know, he's a versatile player. They call him a Swiss Army knife for a reason. He can do a little bit of everything. He can blow you up on a kickoff. He can tackle. He can block really well, both between the tackles and in space. And apparently, if you need an extra 5 or an extra 4 for pickup basketball, he's going to do a hell of a job boxing out and getting boards. Since we're talking about wildcard weekend, I got to include one more block. My boy, Kari Blasingame, my favorite fullback in the league, had a very fun block against the Packers here. This is going to be like a 1-yard run. We've got Kari lined up, offset to the left. He got activated from the practice squad for the playoffs, which is really exciting. But this is going to be great. My Bears fan in me absolutely adores this play. So it ends up being like a 1-yard run. There's not a whole lot. Really good play there by 93 for Green Bay, shedding the block and getting into the backfield off Cam Jurgens. But check out Kari real quick, just playing this back in full speed. He ends up getting to the second level, picking up Quay Walker, and even after Saquon's down, he's playing through the whistle. He buries him. There's nothing that makes me happier than a fullback playing through the whistle, especially against the Packers, especially against a dude like Quay Walker who's really fucking annoying. That just rocks. And then he pops back up like nothing happened. That's the other thing I love about Kari, is he's so nonchalant about it. Like, he will bury a grown-ass man in the dirt, embarrass him on national TV, and then hop up and walk away, go back to the huddle like he didn't do anything big. I hope the Eagles start using my boy a little bit more often. He's a stud. Didn't get a lot of PT against the Packers offensively. Did his thing on special teams, whatever. But him and Reggie Gilliam, two of my favorite fullbacks in the league. Great to see that they did some impactful or at least notable stuff in the wild card round. Notable in Kari's case, very impactful in Gilliam's case. That's going to do it for this video. I hope you all enjoyed. If you did, please make sure to leave a like down below, as it does help out the channel a ton. It shows your support, it shows you care, and I really do appreciate it. Also, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on any more uploads. I'm going to be making a bigger Reggie Gilliam video in the offseason. Probably something to do with the fact that he's an upcoming free agent. The Bills re-sign him. I'll make a video talking about what the Bills are getting back. If he hits the open market, then I'll talk about what teams could potentially get if they bring him in. I would venture to say that with how he's played over the past couple weeks, he's played himself into a new contract in Buffalo, so I doubt I'm going to be talking about him on the open market. Goodness. I really need to stop talking and go get some rest. But regardless, I really hope you all enjoyed, and I hope all of you have a wonderful day, evening, night, afternoon, whatever time of day it is for you. I hope you enjoy it, because you're all wonderful people, and you truly do deserve it.
Had a chance on the throwback. This was an ill-advised throw. What an unbelievable catch by Cole Kmet. And he cups it too. No movement when he hits the ground, tucked up against his shoulder. Wow. Using that